having me. Thanks to Transmedia SF for putting this event together. I'm really excited to be here. So today I'm just going to get a quick show of hands. Who in this audience are kind of production, producer folks for either film, television, or multimedia? Excellent. So a little bit about myself and what you might be able to get out of this presentation. I am 99% games guy. So hopefully you will get some ideas on what we're going to be doing with Transmedia, how we view it, how we're inspired by it, and how we approach it. Let's see. There we go. Got it. So our vision, we're creating a new modern IP franchise of darker themed, fairy tale inspired games. Now the great news here is fairy tales span the entire world. It's not just Grimm brothers. It's not just the Chaucer tales. It's everywhere, right? So a lot of this leads in from mythology, from folk tales. And you can see that some of these are classic tales that resonate from one culture to another. So we're taking a lot of these themes, these ideas, and reincarnating them, making them more accessible, making them modern. And we're going to look to build a cross-platform community going after core gamers and mid-core. Why core? These are people who want deep, rich experiences. So this is not a game that you play because you're bored and you have 5 minutes to kill. This is you actually seeking out a deep, rich, interactive content and being able to do that with friends. Ooh. Let's go back one. All right, excellent. Got it now. So our main approach is, and many times in the gaming industry, someone releases a game, it's a standalone product. It's singular. You rise, you fall, you do well, or you fail, right? We're doing a different approach. What we're saying is, let's create a community. Let's create these fairy tale themed, inspired games, and we'll link them to each other. And so we're going to do this through cloud-based technology and make sure that when people engage in these experiences, that we're catering to modern habits, right? You can't just have games on smartphones and tablets that are hours and hours long. It just will not work, right? You have to cater to what people want, their attention span. So we're creating bite-sized game sessions with cross-platform multiplayer. A great example of this, I think Words with Friends, right? Very easy, boom, boom, boom. You're sending words back and forth. Maybe you have multiple games going at the same time. That's kind of the idea. That's kind of the experience level, the level of engagement we're looking for. People can drop in and drop out. And as, of course, with games like that, you want integrated messaging, so you're able to connect with the person that you're gaming with. If it's just blind connections, then you're not really doing anything interesting. So, and we see that the most interesting thing for us is the PC and tablet community and linking those with our games. There's been a lot of examples of people who have done this in the gaming space. A lot of different products that are fantastic, Battle Bears, Team Fortress 2, League of Legends, but all these are just pinnacles of one platform, mostly PC or their PC or smartphone, right, iOS. They don't actually try to bridge the gap between the two. Right. So I'll just brief over this. Been in the industry for about 14 years. Broke my teeth on a lot of big EA titles. Ooh, go EA. And I've been all over the place. A lot of it by design, pretty much learned every aspect of game development, from the publishing to indie development to midstream levels. So let's go into the actual game concepts. And our whole idea here is we're giving them a different flavor of a gaming experience, right? This is not revolutionary, let me be clear about this. This is chicken cordon bleu all over again, but with some wasabi. It's tasty, it's yummy, you're going to enjoy it. Because the idea is games are meant to be consumed. They're meant for people to get in, have a great time. So let's do that, but with our own little twist to it. So this first product that we have going on, it's codenamed Dungeon X. And the elevator pitch is Tim Burton meets dungeon crawlers. So if I use a lot of gaming terminology, please forgive me, I can explain after the show. But basically, what would happen if Tim Burton was given a small development team and went wild? Well, this is probably something he might come up with. And so we're inspired by the Grimm classics, such as Little Red Riding Hood. Our character is named Red Robin, so take it, a little bit of a twist. It's public domain. Everybody's doing it, right? And this character has deep flaws. So what makes her more interesting is, think a redneck hillbilly with like a serious drinking problem, right? This is Red Robin, and we think that's kind of interesting, right? That's kind of funny. So there's a little video that goes along with this. Kind of shows one of the story missions that we have, that we're running with. That's a Danny Elfman track from Beetlejuice, so thank you, Danny. But as you can kind of see, kind of playful, kind of dark, a little bit of black humor. In that little clip there, that little kind of sizzle reel, Red Robin, this is one of the many story missions, but she owns a rum factory. And one day her workers rebel, stealing all her booze. And so she wakes up in a hungover mad craze, and now she's looking to murder the particular people who stole all her stuff in her treatment. Very fun, wholesome tales. So this is what's now following is some of the game concepts that are coming after Dungeon X. So this one is inspired by Cinderella. Now, excuse the lack of clothing. This is her actually escaping from the test laboratory. For gamers, think Infinity Blade gameplay meets Victoria's Secrets, right? But the story idea here is very interesting. We're again taking a lot of symbolism from Cinderella. And if you look at Cinderella, it's actually quite grim, pun intended. The sisters in the story chopped off parts of their feet to try to fit into the shoe. Right? The shoe was so coveted. And so here, the shoe is this kind of parasitic, alien, demonic arm, as you can see on her body, that's grabbing to her supernatural powers. There's also some scars on her back. And Cinderella is actually one of the oldest, goes through multiple cultures, but she's a hero. She's a hero character. Eventually, she does find clothes. Don't worry about that. But you know, again, these are things that inspire us. We're saying, what can we do to take this and make this modern? What can we do to make this different? What can we do to make this relevant and cool? So next one is Arbiter. Some of you have seen, maybe in the movies or even heard about the Hansel and Gretel witch hunter people, right? Okay, that's a nice interpretation. Ours is a little different. So for the gamers in the audience, we're taking Castlevania gameplay meets Mass Effect. Mass Effect, that's a multi-storied, choose your own adventure, right? You can choose to go A, B, C, align yourselves with different people, choose different missions with different repercussions. But the story idea here is, again, involved from Hansel and Gretel. You're an outcast law enforcer that discovers an orbital platform that is not what it appears to be. And so just to give away some cheats here, the orbital platform, that's the house. That's the candy-coated house, because it's getting this precious fuel from this planet, right? And that's what attracts all these kind of people and seats to it. And there is an oven as well. Okay, next one. Oops, no, we're back. Night Watch. This is inspired by the Canterbury Tales. If that's familiar to anybody, all these people are on a pilgrimage, and all of them have stories. And some of them are liars, some of them are corrupt, some of them are idiots, naive, noble. They all have some strong quirk. And we said, that's interesting. What if we combine these people in kind of a life and death situation? Think Left 4 Dead, but a little more black humor, right? Or maybe The Walking Dead, if that's more relevant. And so that's what it is. You have this monster clue of these flawed characters forced to fight and survive together. This is my favorite one. This is Mariner, inspired by Moby Dick. And for the game pitch is Half-Life meets Final Fantasy boss fight. And so, the story idea is a possibly mad survivor of a shipwreck, armed only with a dive suit and a lifeboat, is going against the Great White Devil. So, this kind of changed the whole idea of what Moby Dick is, right? The symbolism is still there. Just like Isaac, he's mad, he needs to destroy this thing. But is he sane? Is he crazy? Right now we got a little octopus that's kind of cracking the lens on his visor, so you know something's not right there. So all these games, again, are inspired by fairy tales and fables, but where does the transmedia aspect come in? Well, if we're starting with gaming, and that's our core medium, we feel that it's a natural progression to segue out to these other transmedia outlets, whether it's just goods, promotional goods, videos, anime, manga. So one thing that we're doing to grow our community is having persistent elements. So trophies, crafting, rare items, just things that you do in-game matter. It's not just you get in, you get out, and thanks for playing, right? You're able to accumulate these things and carry them with you. And as we accumulate these trophies, these crafting, these rare items, this is an opportunity for us to create these into transmedia products, right? So top players that do a really great job and get the epic setup armor, well guess what? We're going to send you a figurine, right? It seems cheap, seems like a ploy, but it works. You're rewarding the community for engaging. You're rewarding the community for being a part of it. Gifting and challenges via ghosting. So this is an interesting idea. And again, it's nothing new. But basically, people can gift other players. It's a social viral thing. Everybody likes getting free stuff, right? So you can give your friend some help. But how we're doing it in some of our games is, you play a video game, guess what? You're going to die. It's a matter of a video game. It's going to be hard. But what if you could take, every time you died, what if you could create a ghost? And what if you could then do things with that ghost? Talk to it. Oh God, that was really dumb of me. I really wish I didn't use a wooden stick on a giant werewolf. That just didn't work on me. But you can actually send that ghost to help another friend. Or you can send it to haunt another friend, right? So again, it's the same things that the mechanics are already there. They're challenges, they're gifting. But it's in a different way, and it's more personal. Because now it's your friend. You get to see all the things that your friend does and all the stats that he has. And it makes you want to maybe compete more or share more, right? And this becomes a nice mechanic for, again, growing the community and making it sustainable. User-generated content via missions. So again, this kind of feeds up into the persistent elements, such as crafting. So you're going to craft that epic armor set. So you can actually be able to post in what would be almost like an auction house. Say, hey, you know, I really need 6 dragon scales, right? And I'm willing to pay you 1,000 gold per dragon scale. That's a pretty good cost, right? So you go off, you complete that mission, and you feel like someone, both sending it out and receiving it, is rewarded. You're rewarded because now you have materials to craft that epic armor set, and the other person in the community gets the actual financial reward, and they both had fun doing it, right? That's a very, very interesting thing. Community-based skill contests. So very famously, League of Legends does this. These are actual cash prizes, huge events, thousands of people attend these, right? You see these gamers, they have their headsets on, they're all into the game. That's exactly what we're going to look to do, but maybe not in that scope, right? We're going to actually have skill-based contests. And we'll, again, reward them with actual not only monetary goods, but physical goods. Hey, here's a t-shirt and a check for $1,000. Good job, keep on playing. And last but not least, you know, we're going to listen to the community. We're going to do polls, we're going to do events, all online, to really kind of get their feedback to see what they want to see next. Right? We do believe each game has a life cycle, but that being said, you can greatly extend it. Right? So expansion packs. Maybe everybody's really excited about steampunk. Okay, steampunk it is, and here it comes. As long as it's modern, relevant, and it still fits in the world that we're creating, of these kind of fairy tale themes, we think the users will really enjoy this. And so again, our core base is games, is this online platform, but the tendrils can reach out everywhere.